everyone, it's Megan Corbett. I am stepping in for Jack McCarthy today for this special interview down at the library with Marg Corjay of Norwood. And we have Liz Reed of our beloved library, of course. So thanks for coming and sitting with us. I know you didn't want to, but how this idea came up, I'll give people a little background. Clayton came up and did his moral moment, and he profiled your beautiful underwater crochet display. Is that what it is, crochet?
Yeah.
So you did this display when you first walk in the library, to the left.
Yes.
Is this underwater display. Can you kind of tell us, tell me what it is?
It's a crocheted coral reef. And I had seen something online where they were talking about, it was a worldwide project that two scientists from Australia, two sisters, were doing to sort of bring attention to the Great Barrier Reef plus coral reefs around the world, how the ecology is ruining them and they're trying to save them and what's actually going on. And it was they figured it was hands-on. People could see this, feel it. They would draw attention to the destruction of the coral reef.
Now, what kind of destruction? Is it like environmental? Or?
It's environmental, it's chemical, weather-wise. It's just the coral reef, they're losing about, I think it's 10% of the coral reefs in the world every year. So this is to draw attention to it and people, seeing it, saying, oh, this is beautiful. And then if you look at the coral reef downstairs, there's a little tiny corner that is almost pure white. And it's what's happening to the coral reefs. So nationwide, it's being bleached out by the destruction.
So that is the point you're trying to get across.
Yes.
Is that the coral reef is disappearing.
Disappearing, yeah.
And what was your, immediate, kind of thought? Like, do I have to do this? Like, I want to do this kind of thing.
I just love to crochet and I love to work with color. And it was just a fun sort of project. It started out making a few like corals and a couple animals. And it just sort of built from there. And I had a couple friends see it and they said, oh, you should, just do this whole display. And there's a lot of stuff online too. If you go online and look up Crocheted Coral Reef Project, you will see all these gorgeous pictures. They've had displays at the Smithsonian. They've had displays at museums in New York. They've had displays all around the world with these different groups are making coral reefs and putting them up in their own areas to just draw attention to this problem.
What has the people, the patrons of the library, they've come in, what's their reaction been?
I don't know, I'm not here all the time,
all right,
but I'm
Liz. I mean, just delight, just immediate delight. People love the sort of colorful whimsy, because Marge did a lot of was very playful with colors. Which is amazing that some of them are really true to nature, that the coral reefs just naturally are that colorful and vibrant, and like there's motion in what she crocheted, just the way that everything kind of plays together in the display cases. So it definitely catches people's eye. They definitely will stop and spend a few minutes, especially families, pointing all the different fish and coral formations out to each other. So it's very engaging and interactive for the public. Even though it's a display, people really, really enjoy interacting with it. Yeah.
That's what, like I said before we were filming, I said it when Clayton first brought this up in his moral moment that he does every month, it really caught my eye. I was like, first of all, it must have spent hours. Or days. How long did it take you?
It took me about a year to get all of it together. I mean, I wasn't working exclusively
but still,
on
that's a lot of time.
Yeah. There's over, I think, 300 some odd different pieces in the reef, counting all the little fish and the corals and everything else.
So what's your plan for it when it's, done in the display?
Put it back in the plastic boxes and put it back in the closet. That's where it lives when it's not on display.
And then you're going to put it back up. Is this something the library will do to raise awareness?
We haven't talked about it, but we're open to it. I mean, I kind of think the coral reef has grown over time, would you say, Marge? It's definitely become a more all-inclusive project than it started as. But we work with a number of community groups to raise awareness about climate change and environmental issues, both local and global. And we also work with a number of artistic groups. So we really can see the intersection between art building empathy for environmental concerns, and that's exactly what Marg's project does. So it hits the nail on the head.
So Marg, you are Norwood resident.
Yes.
How long have you been in town?
I've been in town about 25 years.
No, do you work for the library, or you just
I used to.
used to work and then
no,
now
I retired.
you retired
fall,
and
so
now
yeah.
you're crocheting coral reefs for the library?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
People
What else
do.
are you more involved? What else do you do?
I'm involved in several knitting crocheting groups in town, so you know, in that way, and I just lots of things. I'm, you know,
Yeah,
whatever,
like to stay
interested in.
involved.
Yeah, just to stay involved.
That's
in the
awesome.
community, yeah.
And if anyone had questions or wanted to get involved with climate change, I guess Liz, you could kind of, you said there's different groups in awareness. Could they reach out?
Sure, certainly, and definitely put people in touch. We have worked with a group called Together Yes for, I want to say, like close to 20 years. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but we've been working with them for quite some time to bring environmentally themed programs to the community. We also work with Progress Norwood. We do a number of programs with Holly Jones over at the Conservation Commission. So we know that there's a lot of energy and passion in Norwood for these topics, and we're happy to put people in touch with different organizations. And Marg also is one of the main organizers of another group that straddles the line between fiber arts and environmentalism, called Sustainability.
Yes.
That has been going for quite some time.
Now, is that in the library or the town or?
That's in the town.
Okay.
It's part of Together Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
That's awesome. But I thank you both for coming and talking, and we'll have to catch up with you with your other sewing groups.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be stuck with us.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Fair? All
Fair.
right. And thank you so much for joining us, and we'll throw it back to Jack in the studio.